we asked you about Illinois last week. But
yep.
Any new impressions? Anything else you can glean from that big win for them on Saturday?
Their win just reaffirmed the things we were thinking. Very explosive offense. Quarterback's very efficient. Completes a lot of passes. They got a lot of guys making explosive plays for them. Running backs, receivers, quarterbacks, tight ends. If you look down their statistics, again, there's a bunch of different guys making big plays. So obviously a fast team. Quarterback's a heck of a football player. They got a very big O-line, and they give you every formation, motion, personnel group that there is. So it creates a lot of issues we got to deal with.
They sound really versatile.
Very, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, good word.
What have you seen from the quarterback specifically? I mean, look at the numbers last year. He really struggled.
Well, he hasn't struggled this year.
Yeah.
I mean, he's completing a high percentage of passes, and he's thrown for almost 800 yards. And I think he only one interception, and the interception was a really good play that the safety made. So I think he's made good decisions. He makes plays with his feet. He keeps things alive and throws the ball down the field. So I think he's done an excellent job this far.
We've also seen them go downfield very early in those games and try to almost catch people napping there. What's important for your guys in the back?
Same as it is every play. I mean, play with good eye discipline, great fundamentals, technique, all those things, whether it's the first play or the 82nd play, it's all the same.
It was tough for Boise to judge your pass rush because of how quickly they got it out, but where are you guys pass rush-wise? What are you trying to do maybe more against a guy that goes downfield or shoot house?
Pressure the quarterback, affect the quarterback, whether it's in the stat sheet or not. You have to affect the quarterback, whether it's by doing a good job keeping the cage, as we call it, making him throw out of tight windows, making his feet uncomfortable, getting yourselves in windows, and all those things, whether it's a 4-man rush, a 5-man rush, 6-man blitz, those are the things we got to do.
That cage against Boise State, is that where you wanted it to be?
It's never going to be where you want it to be. I mean, there's always room for improvement. There was some times we did a real good job keeping the cage on the quarterback, and there's other times we didn't do as good a job. So,
if it's perfect, who's where and what is happening?
I don't understand what you mean.
If the cage is perfect and doing
if
exactly
the quarterback
what you
can't step up, it's not. Then it doesn't look like 7-on-7. So when you look at the end zone copy, that there's tight windows, the quarterback has a tough time stepping up into his throws. You want him to make him uncomfortable in the pocket, and that's the cage we talk about. So.
It would seem like a team that goes downfield further would be a guy like a team game for Josh Shirley's or Andrew Hudson's. Do they have a different role this week?
Yeah, everybody. Well, again, because of these guys are no huddle offense. Everybody that basically played against Boise State is going to have a role, and how much, kind of what the offense does, will dictate that role. So everybody's important, and again, we need the best out of Josh Shirley and Andrew Hudson and Howley and Danny, all those guys. So. Certain games might lend themselves more to certain players, but we need them all.
Does tempo, Justin, really matter from week to week if you're playing a team like Boise that you know is going to try to go a lot, as opposed to Illinois, which may or may not like to go up tempo? And does that really factor much into a game plan?
It'll factor on how you substitute, and they're averaging 72 plays a game, so it's a good number of plays. Are they going to go at a breakneck speed? They've shown they can do it. They've also shown that they'll substitute, go no huddle with a little bit more methodical pace, but they have the ability to do both, so we've got to be ready for both.
Is the quarterback being so clean in 2 games a byproduct of the line or him scrambling out of trouble, or both?
The good execution across the offense is what it looks like. So I'd say both, yeah.
Also, Justin, with Sark's trying to get more maybe second-teamers or guys that aren't necessarily starters into the special teams roles, have you seen that have an impact so far on maybe the guys being fresher on the front line and having an impact that way?
What are you saying?
Well, just in terms of getting more depth guys in special teams, has that had a residual effect for your guys?
If you guys that are starting on defense are playing, how many ever plays they're playing on defense, the special teams is a big part of the game, an important part of the game. So we're going to get the best guys we can on special teams. Is it there's a time when you can get a second-team guy to do a great job on special teams that help you? Absolutely, because it's one less rep that a guy that you need to play 78 plays needs to take. But at the end of the day, we're going to get our best guys out there, and it's up to our younger players and the guys that might quote-unquote twos on the depth chart to prove themselves out on the field on, kickoff or punt return and those type of things.
But has that point of emphasis already maybe started to bear fruit this week in terms of the...
We'll see. I mean, we played one game, so we'll find out this Saturday. I'm not going to go into the special teams depth chart. You got Coach Nance about that.